Okay, within the limited time, I will try to give you some idea about what EcoReFibre is. Let's do that. So, a few facts about EcoReFibre. EcoReFibre got funding from Horizon 2020 and has a total budget of 12 million. And it started in May 22. And I must say that we try a couple of times there to get it through, but finally we got this project. It has a duration of 4 years, and recently we got another 6 months in order to increase the impact by more communication and so forth. So it will go until October this year. Here you can see all the different partners across Europe. I must say that we have 10 industrial partners, so it is an innovation action, meaning working closely to industrial use, research institutes, associations under the umbrella of European Palm Federation and good distribution, so addressing the problem at real European level, we can say. Something to add here is that EcoReFibre addresses the problem of recycling fiberboards, which is not possible to be solved by a single university or research institute. So you need all those actors, otherwise it is not possible. And this is what we have done in this project. The main goal is to position fiberboards as 100% recyclable material. But doing that, of course, we had some other goals. We had to address sorting problems, fiber extraction technologies, and of course to support the Green Deal. So EcoReFibre is a project that works along the value chain, so addresses all different issues along the value chain. So this is the main thing, and it's not easy to do, actually. When we started working in this project, what we knew at that time was the fact that the MDF waste, the fiberboard waste, increases. And this is an exponential increase. So, meaning that there is more waste. The single user of wood waste at the moment is only the particle board industry. Okay. But when waste fiberboards come, there you can see this picture, the chips, the MDF chips, are not similar to the other wood chips or particle board chips. That needs more glue, so to say, making more expensive all the particle board process, meaning that the particle board companies cannot accept more than 5%, let's say, fiberboards in the wood waste mix. Meaning we had to do something about that, not putting in risk the recycling of wood products. And of course, in order to do that, you need to have more solutions, so not a single solution. So we went to get fibers back to MDF, but also to other sustainable wood products. Okay, and then in order to do that, you need actors along as I said, along the value chain, industry, university associations, and other actors. We had a lot of barriers, regional problems in wood waste, fragmented collection systems, inconsidered, very important competition with the energy sector for the same material, logistical problems, and economic problems. So what we knew in all the books at the universities and so forth was that there were no economic viable methods at the industry to recycle MDF. This is what we knew, so we had to overcome. The way we worked, 3 work packages mainly with all technical activities, and in the first we worked with waste MDF provision, working with the sorting line, And the idea there was to separate fractions, clear fractions as much as possible, fiberboard fraction and solid wood fraction. So this is something important in the project also to remember. Extraction technologies, creating secondary materials, and then the secondary materials are used in sustainable bio-based products, mainly back into MDF, but also in insulation, biocomposites, particle boards, and so forth, what I'm going to tell. So the first block of work and the main outcome here was that the project has created a model in order to predict future volumes of MDF waste. It's available on the EcoReFibre website, and everyone can play with it. So if you visit the site, you can play with the model. It is an open access model. Why this is important? One example, it can give information to investors in recycling equipment and so forth, what is the actual material to work with. So for any business, you need to know where and what type of material and what are the quantities that you expect in order to use. Another innovation in the project, we call them as demos, because all of them are industrial demos. The first one was a sorting line. We call it SMART because it integrated different technologies, deep learning, AI, and so forth, with aim to have pure fractions of solid wood and fiberboard waste, meaning that the remaining waste is clean waste, so to say, for the particle board industry. So we have solid wood, fiberboard waste, and then the rest that can be used by the particle board industry, which is a high-level wood waste then. That was a very big work. It has been demonstrated. We use a facility at Berlin. The KPI was to have sorting of materials with half a ton within 1 hour. And for the needs of the project, Diefenbach has sorted around 100 tons, something like that. So incredible number. And yes, that was amazing work, I must say. When those fractions became available, then we engaged with smart extraction of secondary materials, basically with so-called impact reactor and with the classic TMP method, the thermomechanical pulping method, to get fines or fibers. Details here, the two different technologies. The impact reactor, at some point, we call it extraction, dry or wet, in order to get fines or fibers. So with this technology, we showed that it is possible to get high-level secondary fibers from both fiberboard waste, but also from MDF, industrial processing waste. The KPI was half a ton per hour, and that has been achieved. And as far as I know, this technology becomes commercially available, which is big news. And I know very few projects before their end that they have something on the market or close to the market, so close. The second technology, which is very interesting for the industry also, is the classic TMP method, which had to be adjusted for the fractions. So a lot of work has been done by ISD on that. And also they're working in modified TMP processes. And they work with sorted MDF and sorted solid wood. And the KPI has been achieved with 200 kilos a day in the pilot refiner of IHD. So this is the main engine in the project, providing secondary materials of high level that we have analyzed them in terms of particle size distributions, chemical properties, residual resin, and so forth. And the technologies have been optimized with also AI and machine learning techniques. Very important to remember. Secondary materials are in two categories, but in reality there are many subcategories coming. Fibers, for example, from the TAP, from solid wood, from processing waste, depending what raw material has been using and what type of technology we have used. So all those secondary materials have been characterized and investigated in different value chains, as we can see here. We call them demos. The first demo is the use of fines, the fibers that are not possible to use back in MDF, in surface layers of particle boards. This has been done by Sonaem, and they proved that up to 20% of fines can be used in the surface layers. And the properties of the boards were as good as all the standard boards that they're making. So that was, for those who know, at TRL 7. EcoReFibre delivered new biocomposites. They do not exist in the market today. Nibio and Smart Panel have realized construction blocks, building blocks, where fines, fiberboard fines, with a capacity of 600 blocks per day, and bonded with a patented technology based on citric acid, if I remember correctly, making those type of building blocks, which is something that does not exist today. Another biocomposite, we call it circular thin board, was realized by Homanit and Diffenbachem with a capacity of 300 square meters per hour, and that uses 100% MDF fines. It can also use furniture wood waste fines, but we have shown that it is possible to make this new product. And for furniture applications, it might be something nice to have. The most important demos, industrial demos in the project have been with using, securing and the goal that we had at the project to make sure that 25% of secondary fibers get back to MDF. For those, again, who know, fiberboards are classified into medium density fiberboards and high density fiberboards. Homanit has realized an industrial demo at TRL 7 with HDF by using secondary fibers. The other demo will soon be realized by Sonaem, and this is an MDF demo. With existing technologies and with existing production lines and minimum alterations to the production lines, it is possible to use 25% secondary fibers. Finally, demos at TRL 6 and 7 have been realized for insulation boards, and there are different types. Soprema in France and Cormatex in Italy have realized those demos, and they have used fibers from the different technologies into bulk insulation, flexible insulation, and rigid insulation, as we call them. In all cases, trials have been realized starting with 25 replacement of virgin fibers up to 100%. So it is possible to make insulation with 100% secondary fibers from post-consumer MDF. So quite a lot of work over there. We have learned a lot of things in this project, and we are continuing improving in that. So we have shown in EcoReFibre that MDF is not a renewable material, but it is fully recyclable. So all the technologies show that from technical point of view, economic and sustainability point of view, it is possible to recycle MDF. I must say that other companies have been working at the same time with EcoReFibre. They have developed other technologies. They are in the market, some of them, which is good. meaning that the MDF recycling issue was high in the agenda. And this is very good. So competing different technologies, and EcoReFibre has shown some of them. And I must say that the final products have been tested for their qualities according to standards that the industry is using. So very good news. Overall, I had one more slide. What happened? It was how to go forward. Anyways, how to go forward, as it happens in most European projects, partners want to continue working together. It is a good gang and we want to go on. But this is not the only fact in this project. There is a real need. In my opinion, we need to develop sorting systems, and I think that the panel after that will also discuss that to really make sure that fiberboard waste material will become available, collected in the right way, sorted in the right way, so this valuable material can become available for all the different nice value chains that we have shown. I think that is one important thing, and maybe another flagship project or something like that. And it is important to align with different policies in order to support the work in the coming years. So EcoReFibre has opened the way, and others has followed, and we are ready to continue working in that area. Okay, thank you very much.